Morning, Instagram. I am up bright and early. I hope you are. Right, today I want to talk because I want to have a warming up for yourself. Because the reason I'm thinking about this one is, especially now with the winter coming, there's been a lovely change in the weather over the last couple of days. You can really feel it in Ireland. I don't know if you're in Ireland. If you're not, you may not be feeling it. Hello. Yeah, camera's up. How are you? And the reason I wanted to talk about warming up is because everyone knows if you are horse riding that it's bloody cold in the winter because no yards that I've ever been in anyway have central heating in Ireland as well. Yeah, so it's getting cold and it's going to get colder. And it's like this when you're cold and exercising, if you don't warm up, it gives you a higher risk of injury, and that's why I'm trying to say is, especially coming into the winter months, we'd be horse riding. You do get a bit warm, like carrying the tack and stuff like that out to the horse, but it will be for quite beneficial for you to actually be warmed up and ready to go before you get on the horse. And it can help, as I said, like risk of injury, stiffness. If you already suffer from stiffness, the cold can make it worse because everything gets tighter because it's cold. So these are a couple of reasons why we should be warming up. We should be warming up anyway, but warming up ourselves or just doing a little bit of mobilization before we get on the horse. And like, I know this probably gonna think this looks really weird and stuff like that, but you probably thank me, if you are used to not doing it, obviously. But these are all things you can do in the stable before you go. You don't even have to stand up. Do you know what I mean? It's you don't have to get down on the ground or anything like that. But just a few things, like it'll take 5 minutes max, and your muscles will thank you when you're riding. So first thing I would say, maybe with we start with the shoulders and work into the hips because I'm standing up here. Obviously, as I said, we're not going to be sitting down, but little things like even just like rolling your shoulders, right? Just getting them moving, getting blood into the shoulders, into the joints, and then you gotta run back the other way. Like if you do 10 each side, Russell will thank you. Then let's say warm up the back, bring your arms out in front of you. Okay, pull back, squeeze. So you're not using your arms here, we're actually squeezing our shoulder blades back together, back together, back together. So really squeezing and back. Again, do 10 of them just to activate your shoulders. Get used to it, get them moving. You can do a little tiny stretch across the shoulder blades. Do really light ones, so just pull them into your first little bit of tension, hold for 10 seconds. If you want to pull a little bit more, I would say even just a one will do. Again, onto the other side. Pull in a little bit. And back. Your next one, you can interlock your fingers behind your back. Push the shoulders together and lift up a little bit. Again, this is just for our chest. And open up chest. You want to get as much movement into those shoulders as possible before we start. And you'll find as well, if you have any recurring injuries, they'll probably flare up in the winter because of the cold. So again, it can really benefit you to work on them. Hips, right? A few rotations, right? Up and around, and out to the other side. Got my fluffy socks on because it's freezing this morning. And okay, from there I would say get into kind of squat position, come out and open up these muscles side to side as much as we can. Okay. The reason we want to open up here is because these become our tightest muscle as horse riders, so they're always a little bit tight. So you want to open them up before you get up onto the horse. You want to activate your glutes a little bit, so a few reverse lunges will help here. Again, you don't have to do all of this, I would say even focus on things that you think that might need a bit more warming up than others. So see as I come down, squeeze your glutes, stand up. Make sure squeezing each time. So we're using there to come up. Our last two, I'd say, do a little bit of stretch on the quad. You can lean on your horse for this or a wall. Or if you don't need to lean at all, you can. A little forward. Again, they're all just light stretches if you are doing them. And it's more about getting movement and getting the blood flowing. As I said, because it'll be cold. Last one, you want to put one foot forward. Bend their knee slightly and lean onto that bent leg. Point your toe towards the ceiling. That'll just stretch out the hamstring. And it just out. So with this, as I said, it's really easy. It only takes about 5 minutes and it can help prevent injury. It can help prevent stiffness. It can get your body moving because we need to get that blood flowing, especially in the winter. I don't know if you feel this, but I do anyway. I lose feeling in my toes quite a bit when I ride, despite wearing several pairs of socks. So it's just these things that we can do to help ourselves in the long run. And you can do a little cool down stretch as well after if you want. I'm sure you probably just want to get back into the car with the heater on. You could do it at home. But things like these are little things that we don't think about as horse riders because we are doing so much physical stuff anyway, that can be really, really beneficial if you are struggling with and any issues, like especially if you have any pain anywhere, spend a bit more time warming that part up because it'll help over time alleviate that issue. So I'm hoping that helped, and like I said, if you are looking for more bespoke advice, this is very general advice. I do personalised programs for horse riders who are looking to focus on a certain element. So I can give loads of generalized advice over here, but if you want something specific to you, I do programs, and you can find me by DMing me here or send me an email or go through my website. You can find out more. My website is www.chrissyhfit.com. And yeah, if there is any questions or anything before I bop off, do let me know. I still have my one lovely viewer. And any questions for later as well. If you miss this and you're watching us on replay, do just pop them in the comments, and I'll get back to you as much as I can. So, thank you for joining me today.